What is up, guys? Started back again, also known as a Black Gentleman. And today I'm doing Studio Series 86 Transformers the Movie Cup. And again, I'm not big on boxes anymore, but my Studio Series boxes are kind of like my third-party boxes. Totally keeping those. But this is the front of the box, which is pretty good artwork for Cup. Also, kind of like Blur. Remember that face right there? It's the side of the cup. It's the side of the box with Cup. And here's the back with Cup. And when you remove the box, you get this cool insert, which is basically the scene where he's getting torn apart by the robotic squid, and Hot Rod saves him. And you know, the famous line of "Fix me." And yeah, this is basically where this picture comes from. You can unfurl it to get even larger. There you go. I think it looks pretty good. We'll make for some damn good pictures, I think. Alright, let's remove that. As for accessories, you get your usual. You get your instructions, which are much needed. Because the instructions saved me a little bit. Same time they hampered me because the arm transformation is a bitch. It was really hard to get the certain arm movements to work. But luckily, I figured it out without breaking it. Hopefully during this review, I won't break it. I can do it again. But yeah, this is the instructions. Overall, not too hard. Just the arm thing, which really kind of stumped me. But otherwise, okay. For your main true accessories, you get this here gun. Which, for anyone who had G1, I did, but I didn't really appreciate it like I appreciate this one. This is basically the same blaster almost. Only difference is, I think the other blaster was a dark blue. It's kind of a really, really soft light blue. Overall, I think it looks good enough. Not the best blaster, but it's good enough. You know, it's movie accurate. You also get your Energon goodies, which are actually a really cool accessory for this guy. I kind of wish I had the Alicon so I can replicate that scene, but I don't, so I won't be able to. But it's still cool that he came with him. And here he is, that grouchy SOB himself, none other than Cup. I've always wondered, in the grand scheme of Transformers, who's older, Cup or Ironhide? They both kind of come off kind of like grouchy old guys in a way, but I always wonder who's older. I always figured maybe it's Cup. You know, maybe next line Ironhide, but you know, I think it'd be kind of a cool story to tell. But here he is. I have to say, overall, he looks the point. It's kind of like Blur, where I have some little nitpicks, and for his, my biggest nitpick is actually the face. He looks very elderly in the face, but that's okay because he's supposed to be an older Autobot. But I think maybe they kind of like Blur, doing a little overboard in the chin and made it more longer than they needed to. Also, it might just be me, but I think his hands are too big. And that could be a small, that's kind of more of a small thing. I think the hands are just a little bit too big. Especially if you bring in, let's bring in Hot Rod. If you look at Hot Rod's hands, they're like over a normal size, I think, in my opinion. And the Cup's hands, it just seemed way too big. But, yet again, that might just be me. But, yeah, let's talk about him. I think, for the most part, he looks good. I've heard some people's nitpicks where they believe that his arms should maybe be raised up. But I'm okay with where the arms are. My thing is just made the chin and the hands. But overall, he looks the part. The paint he has looks on point. A little orange paint here, 400 on the wrist, and the orange paint here on the belt looks pretty good. A little gray added. All about symbol looks on point. Translucence for the would-be front of the truck. All looks pretty good. The eyes themselves are actually light piped. And they have a little opening right here in the back for light to go through. Now, as far as that light goes, I don't think it hits that good. But let's see. It's out of curiosity. Let's see if it goes through. Okay, yeah, it shines through pretty good. Yeah, but good luck getting that when you want it. Because the opening is so small. He also has a added cool thing here, which is kind of a gimmick. When the squid grabs him, it tears him apart. You can actually remove his limbs. They can do the arms, legs. Matter of fact, let's see. Yep. You took them all off. You also, if you just want to be a creepy monster maker, you can take his limbs and repurpose them. Put them right here. Maybe put one right here if you want to be all creepy with it. All nightmare creature. So that's something you can do. I don't want to do that, but it's something that you could do because, you know, your toy. There we go. It turns to the back here. It looks pretty good as well. He's got a little bit of the little hole thing. You know, that's this Hasbro thing. Even the Studio Series, you know, it's still not quite MP, so there's still gonna be holes somewhat. But I don't find this that offensive. At least it's on the back. So, and the inner thigh, no holes, which is pretty good. Now, if you bring in his weapon, he can hold it, which is fine. Slides right to his hands, as it should, because his hands are, to me, are oversized. So, hold his gun. If you want to give it an Energon Goodie, you can also hold that as well. I kind of feel like Hot Rod should have one too, but you know, whatever, it's cool. But yeah, it looks pretty good. And it also can be stored in alt mode, which I'll get to when I get to the alt mode. Now, in terms of this articulation, the head is on ball joint, so it can spin a full 360, as you would think it could. As far as the elbow goes, get a full bend, which looks pretty good. 360 at the bicep because, you know, it comes off. Arms can go up that high. Let's see. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. It's too bad the arms are not located a little bit higher, but it's okay. As far as the wrist goes, let's see. You get wrist rotation? No, you don't. Oh, that's a bummer. No wrist rotation. That does kind of suck. All right, coming down to the waist, you get 360, but it's really tight, especially on mine. It's supposed to be very there, but it does have it. Legs kick all the way out. Knee bend about that far, single hinge, in the right home about. Kick it back that far, can bend the knee, and he can kick his own ass, or actually his whole backpack. So if you're into that kind of thing, he's got it. You can go full trowel, which is really good. There you go. Oops, oh, coming down to the ankle. Actually, I just popped his leg out. That's a transformation, by the way. You can do that. You can go kind of bow-legged. As far as his feet go, ankle tilt about that much. Feet tilt, it can go all the way in due to transformation. So, articulation wise, he is good, or at least good enough, in my opinion of things. And for a for a comparison of figures, here is a Hot Rod, since I already kind of had him here. So here's Hot Rod, his partner in crime. I have a Dinobot on the way. Not Dinobot, Grimlock. I know it's a little early, but I had a little something to drink, so please forgive my slurred speech. But yeah, here's Hot Rod. And I think they look really great together. In fact, it's because I can, and he's on hand. Here is Scourge from the Studio Series as well. And I hope when I get Dinobot, Dinobot. When I get Grimlock, I like to do a whole thing where I do the whole wave 1 of Studio Series, like a comprehensive review of what we got. But I'm not mad at that right there, because in my opinion, Cup and Hot Rod are basically like the new car bots of the movie. So that scales is fine, especially something that turned into a spacecraft. So I think Scourge looks great with those guys. Take Scourge out. And let's take Hot Rod out. And I'm gonna do my best to show you how to transform this guy. Full disclosure, when I was trying to learn how to transform him, he stumped me quite a bit because his arm transformation was just terrible. I don't like the way it works, but I'm gonna try my best to get on camera to show you how it works. Maybe I can walk you through it. Alright, now let's work our magic. First thing you want to do is go ahead and turn your head a full 360 like so. Come to the back, unhinge your backpack, and fold this part out. Just go ahead and have it out of the way. Now we're going to unhook your arms right here, like so, and straighten them out. Do that on both sides. And straighten it out. Alright, there you go. Now, this is the part I hate, and just be careful. You have to take your hands here and unhook this little, you see this slit right here and right here? You need to unslide that from the shoulder itself, and it's, let's see if I can do it on camera. And take your hand and hold it by these two sides right here, And take your thumb here and just kind of push. There we go. I got it. Thank God. I got it on first try. There we go. And just roll that out. And once you have it rolled out, go ahead and turn your arm that way. Do the other side. Now on this side, I kind of cheated because this is the tight side. This right here almost drove me to madness. Almost broke the damn thing. So I left it kind of unhooked just to make it easier. So grab it right here and just, let's see, and push it out. There we go. And after you do that, rotate your arm so that's that way. Okay. If you're still with me, you're gonna want to pull out your wheels from inside the chest, which is, I think, the very MP thing. And you're gonna want to tab them onto the sides here of his chest. So do it on both sides. All right. Now, if you've gotten this far, you're gonna want to hinge it down about low as it goes. Take your hand, you're gonna ab crunch this mofo backwards, like so. You kind of see what I'm doing. Just gonna fold it back as far as you can take it. There we go, about that far. You're gonna go ahead and get your legs out of the way, because this is gonna be in your way. Take your hood, your back hood here, your backpack, and you're gonna just fold it over the head. Let's see, and if you have it back, if you have the chest folded good enough, it should be easy. Yeah, you just want to pull this over the head, kind of like so. There's two tabs here, as you can see. Then you're gonna pick them in. So you end up with something kind of like that. All right, now you're gonna take your arms and kind of fold those in to where the head is on both sides, kind of like this. The other side, let's move your legs out and fold those in as well. There we go. All right. Now you're gonna have something kind of like this, kind of a Robotech gear walk. You're gonna take your legs back here and go ahead and fold your toes in. Go ahead and do it on both sides. And you're gonna come down and open this up right here. And you're gonna kind of make them bow-legged. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. And close this back up. Open back up on the side, do it on both sides, make them bow-legged, and close that back up. If I can get it closed. Why is this fighting me? Let's see. There we go. Alright. You're gonna want to bring your legs up. Go ahead and do it one at a time. Bring one up and go ahead and unhinge. This right here, I'm going to slide it up. And you're going to bring this up like so. And while you got that up, what you want to do, you're going to take this tab right here and slide into the shoulder right here. And it's kind of fiddly. A lot of soft plastic parts on this guy, and that's always something to look out for, because you don't want to apply but so much pressure, if that makes sense. And you want to line everything up just right. It's kind of be a little bit of a headache on camera. Alright, I got it all lined up. I'm sorry for that cut, but it's just so hard to get on camera. I'm sure a lot of other better YouTubers could do it on camera, but it's just so finicky and flimsy right here. It's a bit of a mess. I'm gonna try to do this side. I'm gonna try. So yet again, pull this piece up right here, and go ahead and bring your leg up. And yet again, see, let me try to get on the side. You don't want to. It's kind of easier to do this way. You want to get this tab here into that shoulder there, the best you can, while also pushing it down, making it line up with this peg here on the side leg. So I hope this comes through on camera. It's kind of a pain. And just kind of mash it down like so. There we go. Alright. Oh, it's kind of messy. Like I said, well, this is not easy on camera. At least not for me. Okay. Now, guys. Now, if you've gotten this far with it, you can see you have your hands just kind of chilling out right here. Go ahead and lower them out of the way. You'll want to fold the bed of your truck. Kind of pick it together. Let's see if I can get it down on camera. Unfold here. And because I don't get that locked together. Like, trust me, it's not that hard off of camera, it's just hard on camera. There we go, got it. Got it all mashed together. Now, take your hands, There's gonna be 2 pegs right here, and you're just gonna slide your hands over them, like so. And sometimes things will come unpegged. You're gonna have to kind of just smash them back together. Show them who's boss. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think I got it. I think I do. And there, that's Cup, fully transformed on camera. Yay me! All right, got him all cleaned up, and this is Cup in his truck slash. Well, as a kid, I was getting more of a shoe. Like your foot would just like totally go in here, and like you were like some type of a slipper. That's just me. But yeah, I think this is very G1 accurate. One cool thing, if you look here on the back, I always wonder if you did get inside of Cup, how would you do it? Like, would this part come up or what? But apparently it looks like a door right here, like an armored door. So I guess this would open or slide up, and then you would walk through the cab here and sit down here. So that's interesting to see. But yeah, this is I think this is very G1 accurate. Got a nice Autobot symbol here on both sides, one right there and one right there. So I think that comes through pretty good. I kind of wish the chest part, which became the front of the cab, was a little bit more I don't know, not so mechanical looking. But I always figured too that Cup. People always say that Cup is a truck with no latch on the back of the truck. But I always figured it's a Cybertronian truck. Therefore, certain Earth things wouldn't be needed. So kitchen point the windshield. But yeah, it looks good. Nice panel lining, nice detail, nice rivets on the front before I get to the Autobot symbol. Color breakup is pretty good, I think. You got the light blue if we get to the dark blue. You can take your weapons. Let's see, like a gun right here, using this peg, using this hole here. You can peg that in. I'm not normally a fan of having weapons plugged into my alt mode, but that's not too offensive, I don't think. You can take your Energon goodies, and you can do kind of the same thing. Just plug this in on the side. Although in my opinion, that does look kind of silly. But to each your own. I don't much care for it, but you can store it there. Like I said before, I don't think the gun really hurts that bad. Anyway, let's remove that. In terms of rolling, let's see. My surface here isn't the flattest, so yeah, it gets stuck. But trust me, the wheels do go. And they too, on camera, they come off just like plain black plastic. If you look at your tires, I don't know if it comes through on camera or not. There's a little bit of fleck in those tires. Like maybe there's some type of paint on these. I can't swear. But me being me, I wouldn't mind having some silver or chrome painted on the inside of the rim itself. But that's all right. Also has a list of the wheels here underneath. And speaking of underneath, these are obviously bow-legged legs and hands hanging on there. But otherwise, not so bad, I guess. But honestly, most people are not gonna like flip it over. But I think it's a good G1 Cup. For comparison, I wanted to bring in Hot Rod because I feel like that made the most sense. It's Hot Rod, except for Partners in Crime, and I think they look really good together. Because honestly, when compare alt modes, you always saw these two transform together more time than not. I almost wish I had some Sharpticons to have them have a demolition derby. But yeah, I think they look wonderful together. Couldn't ask for more in terms of as a duo. I'm gonna go ahead and get him transformed back, and we're going to have our final thoughts. What do you say? All right, here we are for final thought. And honestly, I think he's pretty good. Aside from the hands being, in my opinion, too big and not having wrist rotation, and the face chin kind of like Blur, this being a little too long. Other than that, I think he's good. I think it's a solid figure. Transformation, again, kind of stumped me when it came to the arms, but I kind of remedied that myself once I got the arm unhooked right here. I just never ever fastened it back completely tight, and that kind of saves me if I ever want to transform him again for pictures or whatnot. So yeah, just look out for that. Like I said, he's solid enough. I got no real beef with him. Like I did with Blur, even though yet again Blur 2, from my opinion, was a buy. Especially if you went in for the movie guys. He's just kind of the lesser of the bunch as of yet. Haven't got my hands on Grimlock, but I'm sure looking forward to it. So yeah, this guy's a pickup. If you see him, buy him. He's good. He's Cup. Hot Rod needs his old pal. Before I get out of here, let me rep my people as I always do. Check out my fellow rejecticons. That's Katos Collection, Enewtabie, Larkin's Lair. I have the links down here below as usual. If you're not subscribed and checking them out, you're missing out, man. Especially if you're a Transformer fan. Totally missing out. Also, check out 3 live stream. I have a link for that also below too. We just basically just hang out, talk some shit, have a good time. But yet again, if you are sensitive to certain languages or under the age of, I don't know, 18 maybe, I'm not sure. But if you're just under the age for the party, don't check it out. It'd be best you don't. Or if you're just very sensitive, don't check it out. You have been warned. Also, check out N3 Reviews. Another cool dude. He's a part 3 live stream. Doesn't do reviews too much anymore, but he still has some awesome content in his back catalog. Check him out. But yet again, don't come into his channel sensitive. You will be offended. Yet again, you have been warned. And for my own shameless plug, thank everybody who has been watching, subscribing, even sharing my videos. I appreciate it. To a good old friend of mine, we used to work together, a fellow by the name of Jason Dentino. Thank you, because every time I share my my videos on Facebook, I noticed that you share. So, you know what, old buddy? Thank you. Thank you, old buddy. I miss you. We need to hang out. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, indeed. This has been Sarl Noospa, also known as the Black Gentleman. I had doing God's work reviewing these figures. Until next time, peace out.